copyright notices. If you wish to read, pause the video. The original videos are linked in the description down below. Enjoy. Alright then, so what you're going to see in this one is a group of police constables approach a group of young kids to complain about them wearing balaclavas. Yes, you got that right. Apparently they've had reports that their balaclavas are making people feel intimidated. How a face covering can make you feel intimidated. But 3 years ago, was people intimidated? No. So what's the difference now just because it's a balaclava? Well, does that mean when I ride my motorcycle and I take my helmet off and I've got my snoo on, which looks like a balaclava, I intimidate people? Let's just get straight into this one.
No, you might, yeah.
What's going on here, lad?
I don't know, they just stopped us.
If you let me speak, I'll explain it to you. On a video, please.
No,
I won't put you on a video.
I'll explain it to you. I've had 2 members of the public come up to me saying that they're intimidated by you lot playing balaclavas. Okay? So that's why I'm coming to speak to you.
That's how the youth in general dress today.
Right, well, at the end of the day, when there's all the robberies that are happening, especially in this area, and I'm being tasked on overtime, being paid by the taxpayer due to the rise in robberies around here, and they're being caused by use of wearing balaclavas.
We've got the most CCTV in Europe. We have the most.
So what is saying any youth wearing a balaclava is a thief, what commits robberies. Well, what I say to that officer, if you've got a problem with people wearing balaclavas, make it illegal. Because at the moment, it's not illegal for him to wear a balaclava, which means you now approaching these, if you haven't detained them or told them that they're detained, they are free to leave. The dot has to listen to you. But because the youths, and they're quite young, they obviously don't know that. They just think a police officer's approached them, we've got to do everything the police officer says.
CCTV in Europe.
You can watch something happen on the screen all you want, it doesn't mean we're actually tackling the issue, does it?
I don't think it's hard to solve crime in the city.
Why is he not?
So you're being victimised, people. Well, that's what's going on.
Just being victimised. I'm going up to them to find out what they're doing in the city centre.
I respect that, officer.
They're below the ages of 18.
Yeah.
We're in a world where there's so much bad things.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm checking on their welfare.
You're checking on the welfare?
Yeah.
Okay then. These boys seem fit and healthy, young healthy lads.
Look at how quick his story's changed. So it's gone from, we've had reports that your balaclavas are making people feel harassed, to, we're tasked to stop youth from wearing balaclavas, basically, or stop every single youth which is wearing a balaclava to make sure they're not stealing. And then it's, we're here to check on their welfare. Is this guy for real? Make your mind up, mate. Or is it because you're being called out?
He's okay?
He's absolutely nothing. You don't know what their intentions are in the middle of Manchester city centre.
Yeah, but innocent until proven guilty, officer.
Well, yeah, there might be. But
I know, respect, you've got a job to do.
It doesn't harm in asking people what they're doing, does it?
Not at all, officer.
Do you agree with me then?
No, but I mean, innocent until proven guilty. You can't say these boys have done a robbery when they've not.
Right,
that's all we're saying.
Words in my mouth. I've not said that, have I? So you're trying to get something out of nothing here.
I'm not, mate.
You are. So you stuck your phone out, you started filming.
I'm filming for my channel, innit? As long as I stand back, I'm within the law.
So before you start saying I've said things, start to think about what I've said.
I know exactly what you just said. Right, well, come along there. Just come along this. This is my YouTube channel, Aaron Duffy 1237. Aaron Duffy 1237, right? These guys, I see them all the time, innit, in town. They don't harm nobody. I used to hang around like this, and they're being like made to look like robbers. You know what I mean? They're not thieves.
So did you see that tactic from that other constable to distract the guy recording so the first constable can go and talk to him? Yes, that is a sly little tactic of his, and it's obviously worked. But you heard that other constable again going on about the balaclava. And secondly, yes, you just stop an account is one thing. You are allowed to stop and try and talk to anybody you want, but that person doesn't have to stop and talk to you. It's a consensual conversation, and they are free to leave at any point.
Okay, I'll explain to you. At the moment, we're a dedicated operation.
I understand that.
Called Operation Cancer.
Yeah.
Dedicated attacking groups of youths. In and around the Arndale Market Street.
I get that, officer, but wait,
this, we're not accusing them of anything. We're intervening. We're talking to them, see what their problem is, see what they're up to today. Okay, see where they're missing. Okay, because at the moment we're getting a lot of missing children coming to this area.
I understand that. Yeah.
At the same time, we're trying to get details, see if they're okay. Making any referrals for support, anything like that.
But your colleagues, like, made
everything this guy's just said is, again, just a way for him to get details, like he said, where I were tasked to interrupt young groups of youths and whatever else he said, making sure they're not missing, getting details, seeing what they're up to. So again, it all sounds like a consensual conversation, which I can guarantee they don't want to have, but yet you'll probably harass them or even arrest them if they didn't. Because that's what it sounds like to me. I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds like.
get out, all these guys, the robberies, the dressmaking, they're intimidating people, they're robbing people, and they don't look like that, you know what I mean? That's what he said.
Allegation, you always got to bear in mind that some of these offences do happen here.
I understand
so
that.
You can
of course.
educate the youngsters and be like, well, you know, pull your balaclavas down, and then they're not going to be suspects of anything, are they?
No, I understand that, officer.
You've got to look out for the kids as well. They might not know.
That's what I was doing as well. I do film, I'm making a channel, but I'm like making sure the kids are alright as well as you are alright as well.
Educating's part of the job of a police officer, isn't it?
Okay, yeah.
It's all
I understand
about,
that.
this operation's all about that early intervention.
Right. Let's keep the crime rate down, officers. Thank you very much. Alright.
I thought that was the job of the PCSOs to go and interact and educate the youth. And the police was there to uphold the law, not do that. I thought that was the whole reason of putting PCSOs in place, was to go interact, educate the youth, crime prevention, all that sort of stuff. Everything he's just said is doing. And if that's the case, why don't we just get rid of the PCSOs if the police are just going to be out doing it anyways, and the police are not going to be out dealing with all the actual crimes what happen all of the time? And then they say, oh, we don't have the resources, but yet they can send, what was the 6 of them there to go and educate the youth because they're wearing balaclavas and they could be seen as theft if something happens in the town. For starters, just look at Charlie Veitch's channel. Most of the problems what happen there is not with the youth. It's with the drug addicts, alcohol, the alkies, and then it's the McDonald's what has the problem with the youth. Not all these other shops. It's mainly the drug addicts and alcoholics in Manchester. Charlie Veitch highlights this all of the bloody time. But all this is just my opinion. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and I'll catch you on the next one.